is my second video on how to find solution of a dual problem from a primal problem. In my last video, we have talked about the first method where we can find the dual variable using CB transpose into B inverse. And these are the values that we are getting from the primal optimal simplex table. So once we get this from the primal optimal table, we can find the corresponding dual optimal value. Now the method 2 is direct reading from Zj minus Cj row of the optimal primal problem to find again the dual problem solution. So in primal problems, slack variables optimal table Zj minus Cj of slack variable represent the dual variable of the corresponding dual problem. Now how this representation is done, I'll explain this with an example. And if the primal problem involves surplus variable, then we just need to multiply by a -1 to the Zj minus Cj to get the dual variable. Now consider this example. In this I have a primal problem and we got a dual problem. We have solved the primal problem. This example I've also considered in my previous video. So here this is the last optimal simplex table. I've skipped the in-between step that you can fill it by yourself with the standard technique of applying Big M method. Now this explains that the current table is optimal since this is a maximization problem. So here we can say that Zj minus Cj row is all greater than or equal to 0. And so Z maximum value, this is minus 12 by 5 at x1 is 3 by 5 and x2 is 6 by 5. So that I am reading only from the last column. And since this is the optimal simplex table. Now to find the optimal solution of the dual, we can use the method 1 first, which is W1, W2, CB transpose B inverse. Use the CB transpose from this CB vector and use the B inverse, which is given here in this way, B inverse matrix. Multiply these two matrices, we get -2 by 5, -1 by 5, 0. And so we get the W minimum as -12 by 5. To get this value, I must need to put up this W1, W3 that I've calculated in the objective function. So from there, you can find the W minimum value. And you can see that both of them are giving me the same optimal value. Now, in this video, we want to focus on to method 2, since we want to know what is the direct reading way from the simplex table. So now as we see that this is the last optimal simplex table and this is the Z row. So in the Z row, I should be able to get the dual variable. So now in method 2, look at Zj minus Cj of the optimal primal table. And you can see that A1 was the first starting basic variable as we have kept these as the starting basic variables. So if you just want to read it from the starting basic variable column, and of course this is in the last table that you have to read it. In that case, we just need to focus for the first decision variable. W1 value is Z1 minus Cj. That will be the W1 value. We can see that this is -2 by 5 again. W2 value will be Zj minus Cj minus S cost is -1 by 5. And if it is W3, it is Zj minus Cj, this value is 0. So this is one way. But we can also directly see it from the slack surplus variable. If in the constraint, as we see back, if in the constraint we are using the slack variable, so in this constraint only we are using slack variable. So Zj minus Cj of slack variable, so S2 is the slack variable, is directly the value of the third decision variable. Now in the second constraint we have used W2 and there we are using a surplus variable because S1 is coming because of the greater than sign. So if it is surplus, S1 is surplus, we need to multiply by a minus sign to get the surplus value. So for the surplus, we just need to multiply here by a minus sign. As you can see that in the above question, S1 is surplus and it is appearing in the second constraint. So W2 will correspond to a variable W2 minus 1 by 5 and W3 is greater than equal to W3 is equal to 0. That I've already discussed. This is because of the slack variable. Now look at the first case. For the first case, since W1 is not coming because of the slack and surplus. So for the W1, I must always need to again look at the Zj minus Cj. And for this, I have already explained you have to subtract the cost of that particular variable. So we need to come back to this formula again. W1 is Z1 minus Zj minus Cj corresponding to whichever variable it is appearing. Simply subtract the cost. So we get it as -2 by 5. So this is how these are the values which are appearing exactly in the Z row in the optimal simplex table. So when I say optimal simplex table, this just means that it could be optimal simplex table due to basic simplex, or maybe due to big M, or maybe due to two-phase method. So all these are just a variation of the simplex method because they are involving the artificial variable. So we are applying big M two-phase. If it is only involving slack variable, then we simply apply simplex method. Okay, but all of these are the simplex methods only. So this is how we can directly read the dual variable from Zj minus Cj.